just want to get on for a little bit and just talking, just testing this out to see if this time of the day is like a good day or like how, people are responding. I just had a little bit of things I wanted to talk about. I hadn't been on live in a long time. And so I just wanted to get on today. Just trying to get over my nervousness and want to get on here and see what it's like at 7:58 in the day. Hello, hello, hello. Don't have anything special that I'm doing today. I'm just on here just thinking, just seeing how this time of the day is. Just trying to meet some people, talk to some people, just kind of share some of my experiences, some things that's been going through my mind today. Um, just been sitting here just thinking about how people can see the anointing on you that you necessarily can't see on yourself. People notice the anointing and the favor that you have that you might not always recognize. The favor that you may not always recognize. And so, if many of you know, I've just started my journey to becoming a minister. I had my initial sermon back here in March 15th. Um, Before my initial sermon took place, I just was in a wilderness situation. In the wilderness, and a lot of things were like up against me for the last couple of years. I felt like I was running from the calling that God had placed on my life. And it's just things were not going right for me at all. Like I'm just was hitting a brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. It just seems like every way I turned, things were like up against me. Like I couldn't get up, I couldn't breathe. Sometimes I couldn't catch my breath. And hey, and it just seems like the enemy was trying very hard to make me doubt who I was and the ability that I had on my life. So I decided to hello everyone, hello. I decided to that I knew that I had to make up in my mind that I had to finally give God my yes, and that if I wanted to see a change in my life, I needed to give God my yes. And it just like I was going through trouble, like all like for the last couple of years. It all started when um I'm a self-employed business owner. I have a nail school and I also have a nail salon. I'm from a little town in South Carolina, but I went into business with one of my family members, and all of a sudden, my family member just up and decided that they wanted to step away from the business. And after it's just like after they stepped away, it's like and they just started spreading all these rumors about me. And I have to get into maybe going into detail about how I feel about working with family. That's a whole nother story. If you decide to go into business with your family, that's a whole nother thing. Just be prepared to, for what comes along with it. Well, that was back in 2021 when me and my family member decided to become partners in opening up a nail salon here in South Carolina. And things were going good. I've been doing nails for about 25 years. 25 years I've been doing nails. I've been a nail technician. Thank you. I've been doing nails for about 25 years, and all of a sudden, my family member he wanted to go into business with me and to open up a nail salon because I had a nail school and it was doing pretty good. And so I went into business with him, and 2, 3 years in, I'm thinking about 2023. All of a sudden, he was just like, he didn't want to be in business. Well, I kind of felt it because the business wasn't like, we were like breaking even. It wasn't like we were making a whole lot of money. Thank you, J. Ron. Thank you for the like. It wasn't like we were making a whole lot of money or anything like that. But I just kept hearing, from family members where he was spreading, said I was stealing money and that I was doing blase and the other with the money. But I never touched any money. I never touched any money or anything like that. And I just couldn't believe like a family member who I looked up to would be spreading these rumors and telling people things and stuff like that. Well, long story short, we end up parting ways. And it's just like that was in 2023. And all the way up to from 2023 to 2026, it's just like life had financially, I was making money and I was my business was growing and things was growing, but I could see money coming. I mean, big amounts of money was coming through the business, but I could not save any money in my personal life. Things were just like hard for me. It's like all of the resources that I was used to getting were being blocked. Like all of my resources, I was getting to the point where everything was a no all the time. And I just felt like he would give me small amounts of favor just to let me know that he was still there, that he haven't left me, and that he was still answering my prayers. But he was taking me through a wilderness time in my life. And it's like I was crying every single day. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't go throughout the day without like being I was just frustrated. And it was just like life was just beating me up. And so, well, and where I'm getting to with the story is in March of this year, I did my trial sermon. I did my trial sermon, and it just seems like life has been, ever since I fully gave my yes to God, it just seems like life has been so much easier. I still have trials, don't get me wrong. I'm still going through trials and tribulations, and I don't ever think if we ever leave this world, as long as we're living, we're going to go through something. But I did my trial sermon, and I was just talking with someone the other day, and I have a couple of businesses, and the young lady was like, I've been letting people rent out one of my spaces that I do have. I have 2 spaces, and I allowed someone to rent out. And I was like, I told them, I was like, and my lease is up on this one building in August. And once my lease is up, I'm going to step away. If you all want to bid the business, you can go and speak to the property owner yourself and you can talk with him. And she was just like, no, 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 no. We don't want to deal with him. We want to stay with you because he gives you favor. Now, this young lady told me, and she's my family member, she was like, he gives you favor. The property owner gives you favor. He allows you to do things that he doesn't allow us to do. And it just didn't dawn on me. And at that moment, what she was actually saying to me. But it made me realize, as I was talking to my mom, and I talk to my mom all the time, people do realize the favor that you have on your life. And sometimes, even though you can feel like life is whirling around and life is lifing, and you just don't feel like nothing is working out for you, other people can see the favor that you have on your life. Other people can recognize the favor that you have on your life, even in the midst of you feeling like you could be feeling like you drowning. But somebody else could be looking at you and in your situation and saying, you're blessed. And it didn't dawn on me till the other day I was talking to my mom. She was telling me, she's like, other people can't continue to live off of your favor. They have to get their own favor. And sometimes people don't realize how much favor they can get from God because they haven't activated it or they haven't tapped into what God can do for them. They only know what God can do for you, do for them through somebody else. But God, the same amount of favor that He gives you, He can give to them. The favor that He gives you, He can give to them. And I just, hey, and it just took me a minute because it made me realize that, some people, I don't know what I done did. I put something on here, but I don't know why it's that. I don't want to do that. Start. Okay. But it just made me realize that some people do recognize the favor that you have on your life. And like I said, I could be whirling. I could be going around in circles and my back up against the wall. But God always sends somebody that reminds me of the favor that He has on me. And like I was saying, like some people they don't realize that they can have the same favor. The same favor that God shows you, He can give it to them too. They got to learn how to activate it. They got to learn how to walk into the room and demand authority. You know, and I did nothing special to deserve the favor that a lot of people see. I did nothing special. But it made me realize I was talking to my mom. She said, people got to go out here and get their own favor. A lot of people are attracted to you and attached to you because of what they can get through you. They're attracted to you because of what they can get through you. And so now we got to be in the business. Once that I know that a lot of people are attaching themselves to me because of the favor they can get through me, I got to show them how to activate their favor. How to activate their favor. I got to show people how to activate their favor. All right. Well, I'm not going to be on here long. I was just coming on here today just to talk about, how some people can recognize the favor that you have on your life and you don't even see it for yourself. It doesn't matter what you're going through or what you've been through or how it feels. Somebody else is watching and looking at you, and they are admiring the gifts and the favor that God has placed on you. So don't give up. Don't give in and don't get tired because you are on the right path. As long as you continue to keep your hand in God's hand and you just continue to wake up every day thankful, crying out to God, just God, I'm thankful for where you have me at. Do you not know that sometimes the moment you are in now is a prayer that you prayed long time ago? A prayer that you prayed years ago, you're standing in those prayers right now. You're walking in those prayers right now. There's not a time to give up because there's favor upon you. The things that you've been praying for you know how to get a prayer through. I'm just on here talking. All right. You know how to get a prayer through. And like I said, some people realize the favor that you have on your life. They recognize the favor. And so I'm on a mission to help others to recognize not only do you see the favor, not only can you see the favor on me, but you need to be able to recognize the favor that God has upon you. How can you activate that favor? How can you activate that same favor that you see on someone else? How can you activate it for yourself? All right. How can you activate that favor for yourself? All right. I'm done for today. I'll be back. I just want to see what my response would be like at this time of the day. It's 8 o'clock where I'm at. I just wanted to see um what my response would be like at this time of the day. All right, y'all be blessed and I'll see you next time, okay?